Hi budget babes, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here or returning, my name is Julia Creations and I'm back with another video. Hi you guys, hello. If you can see from the title, you guys, today we're going to be talking about if you're paid 3 times a month. Hold on, sorry. If you're new to my YouTube, guys, welcome in. Hi, my name is Julia Creations. I'm a budget coach that makes budgeting easy and simple for you. If you're returning, welcome back to my channel, you guys. Hello. Sorry, I'm so quick to jump into this video because it's such an important topic. So let me just slow down for a second. But I did see a video on TikTok and I was actually tagged in a video from one of my lovely supporters. She tagged me in a video about a client talking about biweekly budgets and not understanding how biweekly budgets work. So if you guys don't know, I like to say I'm the queen of biweekly budgets because I love doing biweekly budgets. I feel like they're one of the most easy budgets to do and most people are paid biweekly. A lot of my clients that I meet are always paid biweekly. So of course we have the best methods for getting you started. If you are new to my channel, you guys, I'm a budget coach that makes budgeting easy and simple for you. So today's video we're going to talk about how to spot if you're paid 3 times a month. This is something that happens so often that people think they're paid extra and it causes a financial burden. All right, when we think we get an extra paycheck, we go spend it, we go do this, we go do that, and then we fall behind. And this is one of those things that sneak up on you as a fall behind. If you think you have an extra paycheck, 10 times out of 10 you're gonna wind up spending it, right? It's not gonna be like, oh, I have extra paycheck, I'm gonna cover bills early, I'm gonna do this. No, you wind up spending it. So for today's video we're gonna talk about how to spot if you have an extra paycheck, and then we're gonna talk about how to do a financial audit. I'm not going to do the financial audit on this video. When you guys do see this video, this is going to be posted on October 1st, which is the start of a new quarter. October all the way into January, we'll be starting a new quarter. So October up into December is a new quarter. And if you guys don't know, I like to do quarterly reviews for all my clients or all of my budget babes, my subscribers that are watching this video, so you can do a check-in to see where you're at financially, work on some new goals, and not feel overwhelmed by doing every year goals, every 6 months goals. We just do a quarter, we check in, see how we are, check our temperature, and see if there's anything we need to adjust. But enough with that talking, we're gonna get straight into this video and talk about this paycheck breakdown and all that good stuff. So before we do get into this, you guys, I do want to keep in mind we will be dropping tabs this October. They were supposed to come out in September, but they got delayed. So I am going to shout out these tabs really quick. Everything that we're using are from products from my website that I created as a budget coach to make budgeting easy and simple for you. We finally have tabs after years of waiting. The launch date that I have for these right now is going to be October 11th, you guys. October 11th is what we're pushing to launch these because we're also waiting for our planner stickers to get in, which is going to be super amazing for setting up your budget, you guys. So these two will be available and I will be posting that on my community post if you have been waiting to get these, you guys. So put some hearts in the comments if you've been waiting for the tabs, you guys, or if you're going to grab some tabs and some planner stickers to go with your planner. We are showing the tabs on here. I am starting with August, you guys, because August was one of the first months recently this year that had 3 weeks, or it had that 3 paycheck period breakdown in there where it confused people. So we're going to talk about August and then we're going to go straight into October, which is where a lot of people feel that they have an extra paycheck. So before I do this breakdown, I am going to insert a reel of me talking about this that did really well on TikTok, that got a lot of people's attention and it helped them understand about if they're paid multiple times a month. So I'm going to post that really quickly, insert that in this video. This is such a great question and this is where you guys usually get confused, so let's explain. If you're new to my TikTok, I'm a budget coach that makes budgeting simple and easy for you using my budget tools. I want you to remember that paycheck number 1 and paycheck number 2 method that I told you about. You're not always paid 3 times, sometimes you're paid early for the next month. For this example, our 2 checks of August is going to be August 1st and August 15th if we're paid bi-weekly. The paycheck you get on August 29 will be your first paycheck of September. The paycheck that you get on August 1st will finish off August's first rent. So your last paycheck of July, your first paycheck of August will cover the rent for August. As you can see right here on my paycheck breakdown, I write down exactly what the payday is and what bills we're going to cover for that paycheck. The paycheck we receive on August 15th is going to cover the first part of September's rent, and the second paycheck we get on August 29th will cover the rest of September's rent. In September, you get paid later. That's why you're not paid 3 times, even though it feels like. This is why I recommend setting up a paycheck routine. You'll get the hang of it. Alright, so guys, after watching that video, it explains how we did this budget for August. This is an example budget that I did for my TikTok video of how to set up a bi-weekly budget. So remember guys, there's a paycheck number 1 and there's a paycheck number 2 method. This is my favorite way to organize your budget. So right here in August, this was paycheck number 1 and this was paycheck number 2. So this is paycheck number 1, this is paycheck number 2, and this is your first paycheck of September. So where people get confused is they think they have a third extra paycheck for the month. So as you can see here, according to this budget, so for paycheck number 1 in August, this was our income. We brought in $1,600. This was the first paycheck of the month. Our second paycheck was August 15th. I don't know why I want to say September. And then this week we didn't get paid, and this was our first paycheck of September. I want you guys to remember this method. Paycheck number 1 and paycheck number 2. This last paycheck will be our first paycheck of September because in September we were paid later. So let's go ahead and go to October. Because this was example budget, I didn't do a September one. This isn't my personal budget. This is example I did on how to set up a bi-weekly. But we're going to start fresh with October because this is the month that we're going to be entering. So for October, you get paid on the 3rd and you get paid on the 17th. For my people that are switched around, some of you guys get paid on the 10th and some of you guys get paid on the 24th. So those are the 2 paychecks that you have if you're on that bi-weekly schedule. But the most standard one that most people are going to have is going to be the 3rd and the 17th. But if you're vice versa, just flip it. So what I want you guys to keep in mind, that paycheck number 1 method and that paycheck number 2 method that we spoke about. This paycheck will cover all the first bills of October. Anything that was before October 3rd would have to be covered with our second paycheck of September. But anything from the 3rd until the 17th, we would have to cover with this paycheck. Okay, I don't know why my camera was looking a little blurry, you guys. So paycheck number 1, and I like to color coordinate this, so we're going to just grab a highlighter so you guys can see. I don't want to highlight this because I'm actually going to do a budget example on here. But you know what? We'll just make it work. We'll do the same one. So the one we had in August was a bi-weekly paycheck of $1,600. So payday is $1,600. Payday is $1,600. And this is so important because this determines your income for the month. So let's go back to that August budget. In August we had $1,600 and we had $1,600, which brought our income to $3,200 for the month. So going into October, these are only 2 paychecks. If you had a 3rd paycheck, we would count this as October's income, which would throw off your income because that's not accurate, right? So when you're doing your budget here, this will be for the month of October. You're going to put your income that you're paid bi-weekly, $1,600 times 2, because you get 2 paychecks for the month. So if you did that math wrong, it would throw off everything. So let's go back to that calendar. So we have paycheck number 1 and we have paycheck number 2. On our paycheck breakdown, here's paycheck number 1, and we're going to go ahead and set this up as the payday of, and this is going to be the payday of 10/3, and then our second paycheck of the month is going to be the payday of 10/17. This is the week we don't get paid, so we'll zero out this week. Zero out, 0 expenses, because we're going to use that check to cover us for the next 2 weeks. Okay, so here is our breakdown, and then this is the week we don't get paid again, because this is the blank week. So we're going to zero out this week, and we're going to zero out that week. 0, 0, 0, 0. And then for this week, we're going to go ahead and put repeat of paycheck number 1. This is going to be our first paycheck of November, which is going to be the payday of 10/3. 31st, but it's also going to be paycheck number 1. Okay, so when you get into November, let's go to the November calendar. On the 31st, remember that method we did? This is going to be paycheck number 1 of November. And then this is going to be paycheck number 2 of November, because it falls later. So what happens is when you get a paycheck on the 31st of the previous month, you assume that you have an extra paycheck, but really you're just paid earlier. Because imagine if this check wasn't here, right? You got paid on the 14th and you got paid on the 28th. That will throw off your income for December. This is the first paycheck of December. So our paycheck number 1 for this month is going to be our last paycheck on the 31st of the previous month. So if you remember that method, every time you set up your calendar, write down your paycheck number 1, your paycheck number 2, and that solidifies, whatever the correct term is, what your income would be for those time frames. So for October, you're paid on the 3rd, the 17th, paycheck number 1, paycheck number 2, paycheck number 1, paycheck number 2. Your first paycheck of November falls on the 31st, which is also going to be paycheck number 1 of November, and then your paycheck number 2 of November falls on the 14th. That is how you will solve that issue every single time. Now for my people that are on the opposite week, your pay, and then this will be your paycheck number 2 of the month. You just get paid a little later, and then your paycheck number 2 from the previous month carries the first bills. Sorry you guys, I confused my people that are paid opposite. So if you're paid opposite and you're paid, this is your first payday, is on the 10th. If your first payday falls on the 10th, this will be your first paycheck, and then your second paycheck will be the paycheck on the 24th. So those people that are paid on that bi-weekly schedule always know that they don't have an extra check. The only time that you usually do have an extra check is if you're paid weekly. Sometimes if you're paid weekly, you might have an extra check because you'll have 5 weeks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You might have an extra check if you're paid weekly, because this check usually doesn't mess up your expenses for the next month depending on how your paychecks fall. So my weekly people, you guys have the option of having an extra check, but my bi-weekly people, not necessarily the same. So this shows that you just get paid later. And remember, it's the same method from August and that reel that I posted in there. I hope this video was helpful for setting up your October budgets. So make sure when you're setting up your weeks of, you're doing that template correctly. When you're setting up your variables, your fixed bills, because now you have to think about all the bills that fall from the 3rd all the way until the 17th. And then all the way from the 17th until the 31st. And then the 31st will cover all your first bills of November, because October 31st to November 14th is a really long time, even being paid bi-weekly. So that is how you guys you solve that if you have 3 paychecks. I hope this video was helpful. If you do need additional help setting up a budget, please let me know, you guys. And then also, I'm going to be dropping a second video. This video was very short. I made some audit sheets for how to do your quarterly audit. So the next video is going to be how to set up your quarterly audit. This is going to be a part 2 video, but I want to do this separately, you guys, just to have these 2 separate. So if you want to do the financial audit, guys, this is a free PDF that's in my bio, and the next video is going to be how to set up this audit. If you guys have any questions or concerns about setting up your budget for October, or you would like a personalized plan, make sure you guys book your customized plans in the description or at juliacreations.com. And thank you guys again for watching. Let me know if this video was helpful and what your goal is going to be for October. Bye, my loves.